Hello guys, in today's video we are going to present you the top 4 best ant killer available on the market. We made this list on our personal preference and sorted it based on their prices, quality, durability and reputation of the manufacturers. Check out the description to find out their prices and more information. We've included the links in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe and hit the bell button for the upcoming video notification. So without further ado, let's get started. The number 1 position is dominating by Fire Ant Killer. Based on numerous ant killer reviews, the Fire Ant Killer is the best choice on the market. Houses that are built on ant mounds which were not properly demolished and treated have a high tendency of experiencing a ferocious ants comeback. After the sealing up of the grounds with trusted floor tiles, you will undoubtedly witness traces of marching ants again, and worse still. They are on a mission to rebuild a harder anthill that will stand against any weather. To avoid this kind of frustrating comeback, you will have to do more than demolishing the new stronghold. It must be destroyed to its deepest root, and this Fire Ant Killer is just the sheerest answer to the how. Made of 50% acephate which actively detoxifies the mound, this power possesses a potency that can sink into the underneath of the mound to combat the ever-producing queen of the colony. With the destruction of the queen, which is the life that keeps every other ant working, the mound becomes automatically abandoned by any surviving ant that remains despite the chemical onslaught. Why such ants must be removed is to prevent the mound being eaten up or become destroyed and inhabitable by this dissolving powder. The queen mother is killed together with thousands of her colony ants, leaving those ants that escape the colony without a reason and strength to survive alone. Purposely buttressed for the fire ants and red harvester ants, this product descends lethally on the organism in just a few hours of application and with the odor not too strong. It kills as soon as it starts acting within the mound. For effective outcome in treating the mound, you just need 1 tablespoon of dry powder of ortho sprinkled all over the mound. Avoid adding water as the product travels in the powdery form into the hill faster and more effective without additional substances. For this reason, it must be ensured that the mound is dry, natural, when the application is to be done. What's more, the mound needs to be soaked by rain or dew. All in all, this is a great product to use if your home has become uninhabitable due to an ant invasion. It comes with an instructive level of which safety directions should be read and will adhere to. Make sure you are wearing your gardening gloves while using this ant killer. Moving on to the next at number 2, we have boric acid roach and ant killer. Although interesting to watch, some insects can enjoy with worries and frustration when they choose to live within our reach. Many tend to cohabit with us and frustrate us with their insane population growth. Although safe in most cases, some insects are known to transmit all kinds of diseases through contamination and consumption of your consumables, whilst causing an uneasiness that is often invited by their odor. Ants have all these characteristics and they may easily become adapted to your space as soon as entrance is gained. Once they have colonized our homes, it doesn't get any easier to eradicate them, hence why swift action is needed. The boric acid roach and ant killer offers 2 good services to make sure your space remains safe. With this acid, you can trap insects by laying an ambush in places you suspect the ants frequent. Days after it has been applied, it still kills any unsuspecting group of ants that travel the path. It does this with the power of its diffusing scent. This product's long-lasting effect starts on the day of application, and you should be ready to clean up the colony of the insects a short while after the chemical release. This is an ant killer that is made up of borates collected from the natural sources of seawater, soil, and rocks to form a colorless and odorless powder. Boric acid is one of the multi-purpose fame in action because it can disrupt the metabolism of all ants, roaches, beetles, and wood-affecting insects. It enjoys effectiveness as the insect will ignorantly carry the poison to their hive most times before it starts working. For it to work effectively, mix 1 teaspoon boric acid with 10 teaspoons of sugar in a quantity of water not more than 2 cups. Spread the solution on a flat surface accessible for the ants and watch them pollinate the poison to their fold and intend to fetch food for others therein. This is one of the best ant repellents to keep your wooden poles, pillars, doors and window frames and furniture intact and to prevent rot. This makes a perfect gift for gardeners in your life. The number 3 position is holding by Orange Guard Home Control Gallon. Ants have the capacity to double itself within a very short period of time due to their breeding ability, and this gives them the enormous responsibility of feeding the colony. The easiest and possible way for them to do this becomes moving en masse with a collective effort to drug anything edible, which they do tirelessly. The growing colony also has a duty to always protect its queen mother, an even productive creature that is nurtured and nurtured to continually breed to increase the number of the ants in an almost outrageous manner. They protect this with all chest while they march out for food anywhere and everywhere, including your home. To ensure that this most reproductive process is halted in your home in the safest way possible, the Orange Guard Home Control Gallon is sure to keep and safeguard your home. This product's natural concoction of orange fragrance with effective killing properties is the sure way to keep your floors, lawns, woods, and every vulnerable material or structure from the infest of insects all day, every day. Its control capability spreads wide and across board in the insect family, as it is reinforced to kill cockroaches, weevils, locusts, ants, fleas, and many other in just a contact. Unlike many other powdery products, Orange Guard comes in an oily liquid form packaged in a handy 32-ounce RTU spray bottle that is sealed with spray cork and also comes in various gallon sizes. And no mixture of any sort is required for this ready-made repellent. The composition, which is a 5.8% of D-limonade, which is the distilling of orange peel oil, and 94.2% of the inner ingredients will always repel the insects when they perceive the strong fragrance. However, if the insects still persist in their quest to break through your barricade, they will make contact with the oil, which will penetrate and weaken there and eventually dissolve it to cause immediate death. As a fantastic natural insecticide, Orange Guard will not cause itch or inflammation to your skin if there is a contact. You can safely apply it around anything edible for humans and domestic pets. Even though the fragrance is irresistible and poisonous for pests, it smells great and remains harmless as its ingredients are combined solely for the purpose of the pest control. When applying it within the walls of your home, ensure the spray is as close as 12 inches to the insect so the direct contact is established. Do not stop spraying until you are convinced every member of the pest colony is adequately wet and impossible to escape. After 3 minutes of application, sweep off the dead bugs. What's more, you can also help your pet repel fleas around these beds by applying the spray to their bedding area. Finally, at number 4, we have Freddy Loom Come and Get It Fire Killer. Among top-rated ant killers, Freddy Loom Come and Get It Fire Killer is considered one of the best in the market. A standard plumbing supply introduced this ant control product, which has only added more to the credibility of this reputable holdings company. Whether the ants are spotted marching or ravaging, or they remain in the mound answering the call to protect the queen, Freddy Loom is made to trace, track, and terminate. If the mound is built on the lawn, farmland, green pasture, recreational turfs, ornaments, or quiet wrangleland, this is a way to de-infest your space without necessarily defending the treasured place. You can also cure your vegetables, nuts, citrus, soybeans, and other crops that have been bedeviled by insects underneath the soil. The killer has a carrot and stick technique to cause mass destruction in the colony of the pest, as it contains a coated bait meant to entice the hustling fire ants, which will be its carrier to the colony. As the ants provide food for others, this ant killer still poison will eventually wipe out the entire breed. After 24 hours of this transportation of poison, every ant that comes in contact becomes sickly and lethargic. And within 6 to 8 hours, the vicinity of the mound will be littered by ant corpses, so be sure to have a hoover handy. In terms of application, this ant poison requires no water or any form of mixing, but it's always wise to follow the specific direction on the label when tackling different types and sizes of mounds. When spreading the ant bait, consider the size of the mound in order to know the quantity that's needed and forestall waste. If the diameter of the mound is less than 15 inches, a 4 TBS measurement should be evenly distributed over the hill and surrounding area to the distance of 2 feet. All in all, this ant killer is certainly one to consider, as it's odorless, is much more efficient as the ants will be more unsuspecting and unaware of danger. It kills the queen and renders the anthill inhabitable.